Hey guys, okay, so today we're gonna kind of talk about my meal prepping day. It's always on Sunday. So if I have to, I would switch it to Saturday, but I like to cut up my fruits and vegetables and stuff on Sunday just so that I have them all week long and they don't go bad. So I do everything in a day. Cut up my fruits, cut up my vegetables, cook my meals, everything. So I do spend a good couple hours in the kitchen preparing for that. But I don't have to get into the kitchen at all during the week except for in the mornings when I wake up to make our eggs. That's the only other time I'm in the kitchen, okay? So I dirty all the dishes in one day, I clean them all up in one day, and that's it. And then I use one pan to do our eggs throughout the week. So just a couple things here while I have them out. I will show you some other things while I'm preparing them. This is your best friend. Walmart has it for like $1 or $2. Wise had it for like $5. So if you can get to Walmart and get it cheap, it is Pam coconut cooking spray instead of like butter or oil, just a little bit healthier for you. I get a big jar of this. They also sell it in little jars. This is the peanut butter that I go with, okay? They also have it in creamy, but I love the chunky. And then I'm trying to work getting my carbs back in. So this is the bread I've been going with, okay? And then again, just some other little things I'll show you. One of my favorite things is actually that bread with a little bit of peanut butter and a banana sliced up on top. Half of a banana really comes to sliced up on top, okay? Because one banana is actually 2 purples, okay? So a half a banana is equal to 1 purple, which is your fruits, okay? So again, this is kind of my plan. I'm gonna lay it out for you, and then I'm gonna just show it to you as I go along. I will show you over there. This is the kitchen. I'm on like a little peninsula right now, and then there's my stove, okay? And there's a little bit of counter space. Then I prep everything out in the dining room table. I lay everything out, and as it gets done cooking, I just go lay it out into there. Jordan gets 5 lunches in there, and then we do 5 dinners for each of us. So I'll have 15 containers set up. I do salads in a jar every day. So a plan that I have that has finally started to work for me, so I'm not in here all day long. Cook all the meats first. So anything that needs to go in the oven gets in there first. Anything that needs to go on the stove top, that's what I start with. Then as those first things are cooking, I cut up some fruit or vegetables. Then I rotate some things. Okay, once the one oven item is done, I get that out, that starts to cool, I get another thing in there. So like turkey bacon. I cook our turkey bacon for the entire week on Sunday. So I'll do a couple pans of turkey bacon, I'll cook sausages up on the stove, I'll cook zucchinis. So there's all kinds of things that I'll be doing on the stove, and I get that done, and then while that stuff's cooking, I do some other things so that I'm not just standing here twiddling my thumbs. Before I wasn't doing that way. I would cut up my fruits and vegetables and then start to cook, and then I was here all day because I was standing here, nothing to do, waiting for stuff to cook and rotate the items, okay? So here we go, guys. I hope you guys like this, and I hope it's beneficial to you guys. Okay, real quick, something to cook your chicken breast in. Organic, low sodium. I got this at a local Aldi store, so I'm sure if you have an Aldi around, they will have it. Walmart will probably have it. Anywhere will probably add it, but make sure it's low sodium, organic. And I'm just gonna put this in a crock pot with a little bit of this. So let's talk seasonings real quick. What I mainly use, which I need a little bit more of, garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, and ground cumin are a lot of the ones that I normally use. These 2 are my main ones. Make sure you're not getting salt and you're getting powder, and make sure you're reading ingredients. If you do get salt, there's something called Flavor God, which has like no salt added, very, very good for you, all those kinds of things, okay? All right, let's get some bacon in the oven. All right, so start with my bacon, and I take some baking sheets. I line them with foil so there's no cleanup. I line the baking sheet with some bacon, put it in the oven, cook it for like 10 minutes. It gets a little crispy, but not too crispy, and you're good to go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop up some chicken tenders into some bite-sized pieces for Jordan's lunch, and then whatever's left over I will use for my lunches. Okay, so what I do is I portion 2 pieces per day. It's kind of what I figured out works. If you haven't measured stuff out yet, measure it. Okay, so whatever you got to portion out, you can measure it before or after it's cooked. Just know once it's cooked down, it's gonna be less than when you measured it before it was cooked. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do next. I measured this out the same way, 2 pieces per day. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's a gross piece. We're gonna cut it off. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, sorry, there is a couple extras. So I have 3 extra pieces. You can choose to freeze them for the next week or just bake them. I'm gonna decide to bake them this week. I have in the past frozen them, but I want to have some for the weekend. I'm really trying to dial in on my weekend nutrition. So I'm just gonna bake them, have them extra if I need an extra protein one day. It's always better to have an extra protein or an extra veggie instead of when you're hungry at night to go have a bowl of ice cream or something like that. So make the extras if you only have like 1 or 2, but if you have like half a pack, freeze it for next week. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray these chicken tenders with some coconut oil and then dress them with a little bit of onion powder and a little bit of garlic powder. Have them right here. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of chili powder. Jordan's get tossed in some Frank's Red Hot wing sauce. Not Fix approved, not diet approved, but he likes them, and I just coat them lightly and then bake them off. It's not like I'm frying them or anything. There is, however, if you are interested in that, like I said, I cut them up and then I soak them in some buffalo sauce. There is a recipe on the Fixate program, a cooking show, with a buffalo sauce that is approved, so you can go do that as well. It's a really good lunch with a little bit of feta cheese or mozzarella cheese on it and then a little side of some vegetables. So I'm gonna toss some foil on these and then bake them, and then these will get tossed in the buffalo sauce, and then I put them on a sheet pan with the foil as well, so again I don't have to clean up, and then I just place them on there and those bake as well. Okay, so next the pan's empty. I could have 2 pans up there at once. I just like a little bit more counter space. So I could have 2 pans going at once. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just throw these sausages in with a little bit, again, Pam cooking oil, and just fry them up. Okay, so I actually do have a couple extra sausages that I'm going to just throw in a little freezer baggie and freeze those. Sausage isn't really something that I would just eat regularly, so I only needed 12 of them. I had 15 of them, so I'm just going to freeze these for the next time we have sausages. Okay, so we have our first tray of turkey bacon coming out. What I like to do is I take some paper towels, lay them out. I do lay them on the paper towel just to dampen off some of the grease. There's like no grease with turkey bacon, but it's just so because we keep it all week, I just like to make sure that there's no grease on it. Okay, so as you can see, my sausages are pretty much done here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the heat off on these actually, let them cool down. Then I'm going to take you out here, don't mind the mess, this is like where we keep everything. This is our setup. I just put up on the dining room table, okay, I'm missing a couple containers because I had to wash them. Then what I'll do, we get 2 sausages each, for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So that's 6 containers that'll have 2 sausages in them. Okay, and then it'll be filled with veggies and all kinds of stuff. Okay, so just a little update of where I am. Last batch of the turkey bacon's in. Instead of wasting time, since I had turkey bacon left to do and I still had my chicken to bake, I took Jordan's chicken bites this week and then put them in the pan on top of the oven to get those done a little bit faster. Again, sausages are done, they're out in the thing. I put in some broccoli into the microwave, just a frozen bag of broccoli, stuck it in for 6 minutes, gonna let it cool. Then I'm gonna go put them in with the sausage. Then I have like asparagus and broccoli and mixed veggies and stuff to cook in the microwave, so I'm just gonna keep pounding those out in the microwave. And then I'm just gonna get started on chopping up some fruits and veggies. Whew, alright, it's getting hot here. So, Jordan's chicken bites are done, and we have a lot of veggies that are coming out of the microwave. So, there we go. What I'm gonna do, this is all I do. Fill up a red with Jordan's Jordan's chicken bites, put it in that day's lunch. Fill up a green with either the broccoli or the mixed veggies, put it in that day's dinner. So that's what I'm about to go do. Okay, so I have this container, which is completely overflowing, left of the chicken from Jordan's chicken bites. His 5 are already out there. So what I'll do is I'll just take any extra I have and split it up between the 5. He's a guy, he can have more protein, he can have more food, he can have more veggies. So that's all I do, if I have any extras for him. Okay, so another thing that I do, one, to make things easier, so Jordan does these tomatoes sometimes. We do carrots for snacks, and I know how many carrots go in your green vegetable container, okay? Now, while some things are cooking, or I just want a break from like chopping, I'll just fill some baggies. Now, you can use obviously regular sandwich baggies, whatever. These are at Walmart, okay? They are great value brand. I think they were like $2 for 80 of them, and they come with measurements on them. Lifesaver, right? So I'll just, if I can open it, that's probably the biggest struggle. Take some of these tomatoes and fill this bag up. Tomatoes are a whole cup, but he doesn't like to eat that many tomatoes at once, so we usually do half cup or 3/4 cup. Let's just do 3/4 of a cup, okay? So that's all I'll do. I'll just sit here and fill up these little baggies, and then that's a snack for him for the week. Another easy thing, again, to cut up, or not cut up, to just throw into some bags. I do chop up some carrots for my salads. Carrots. So he's not going to do carrots this week. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I do 15 carrots. If you cared. So 15 baby carrots is normally about a cup. You can, again, of course, just fill up your green and then throw it in there. Okay, so last thing I'll be cooking, which I'm going to do on a pan today. There's 2 different ways you can, there's tons of different ways you can eat zucchinis. So I'm going to do zucchinis and yellow squash. I don't have that many today. So I'm just going to use a cutting board. I'm going to just chop them up into either medallions, or you can do half moons, which I'll show you here in a second. So let me just chop some up. I cut off the ends. Okay, you can either leave them whole like that, or once I get down to the fatter end of it, I tend to cut those in half, just because they're a little bit bigger and I want everything to cook evenly. Now, like I said, there's several different ways you can cook your zucchinis. You can put them on a baking sheet with some garlic powder. So you can put them on a baking sheet with some garlic powder, or what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put them in a pan, saute them up. You can cut them like fries, like so in the length like of fries, and make zucchini fries. You can spiral them with a spiralizer, make zucchini noodles. There is so many different good yummy recipes for zucchini. So make sure you look them up because it's something we eat, I think, every week. So it's good to like change it up a little bit and get some fun new ideas in there for your recipe. So I'm just gonna continue chopping these up and then I'll show you what I do when I put them in the pan. Okay, so all chopped up, I'm gonna take my pan, spray it pretty generously with some the cooking spray, and then I kind of just lay them out. I don't want them to get like stacked up too much, and then I just place them in the pan. Make sure as you're placing them, you separate them so they're not in big chunks. All right, so that's it, and then I'll show you how I season them. So then seasoning wise, all I'm gonna do, I spray again the top of them lightly, and then I take onion powder. Again, this is my go-to. Onion powder and garlic powder make everything taste so much better. Okay, onion powder, garlic powder. I need to remember to get some more of this. Okay, one thing I don't count. Now, Parmesan cheese would normally be a blue if you used a whole quarter cup. Okay? I'm literally gonna sprinkle this on top. I'm not even gonna use close to a quarter of a cup. Okay, but it just gives it a little bit of extra flavor, okay? And then it just goes on the stove, cook them up, reduce them, then put them in whatever lunches, dinners, whatever we need. All right, so let me kind of recap on where we're at. I have all Jordan's lunches done. Chicken bites and broccoli. I have almost all the vegetables done for the week, mixed veggies, broccoli. I'm cooking up the zucchinis now. I have my chicken in the fridge for my salads. I have the sausages done for our dinners. The only thing left that I have is the chicken enchiladas, which I'm going to go kind of more in depth on that because it's a new recipe. I want you guys to know it. I have the tomatoes done. I have the carrots done. I'll have to make my salads and then grapes and strawberries, and we're done. Okay? So it's not hard. It doesn't need to be hard, okay? So yeah, we're just gonna keep on going and we're almost done. Okay, I almost forgot about my sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna show you what I do with my sweet potatoes. It's super easy. I just have 4, this one's a tiny one, this one's a big one. And I'll eat that in the mornings with my breakfast. I love them in the morning. I never thought I would, but I do. So again, I just spray my pan, take my sweet potato, cut off the ends, and I kind of like cut it in half, like that, and then cut it in half again, and then just chop them up into little cube things. I don't really know the word. So that's all I do. I get them cooking, and then once they're kind of started to cook, I season them with a little bit of cinnamon, and that's it. You can also, if you want these for like dinner time, season them with like garlic powder, garlic or onion powder, all that kind of stuff. And again, if you're doing these at dinner time, a great way to make these is make sweet potato fries, or cube them like this and do the same thing, and then adding again that little bit of Parmesan cheese to them also is super good. So that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put these on, I have them in like a little pan here, and I'm just gonna put them on the stove. But baking them would be a perfectly good option as well. We could probably also throw in there cutting up some lettuce, because that'll be something that I cut up for, what am I cutting that up for? My salad. So I'm just going to start with the strawberries. You can do this in a couple different ways. You can cut them and fill the bags as you cut them. You can cut them all and then fill the bags afterwards. Doesn't really matter how you do it. Just whatever you find to be the most easy or convenient. Again, you can cut in half, or you can cut in fourths. You can just cut the tops off. You don't even have to cut anything off. There's so many different ways that you can do this, okay? All right, next up is peppers. These are mainly used for Jordan's omelets. I am gonna leave some today just for the chicken enchiladas, but I really just dice them up. So I take out the centers, cut them up, and then dice them up. It's really, really simple. I keep a trash can by me so I can throw everything in there. Same thing when I'm doing all my chopping. Keep a garbage bag or can or whatever right by you. So cleanup is like super simple and you can just toss everything in there. I also keep a bowl, like a little plastic bowl that I'm gonna put them in right next to me so that I can chop and drop. Chop and drop it all right into that same container, the same container I'm gonna be using all week, okay? Alright, I'm gonna cut up an onion here also for the chicken enchiladas. I'm just gonna dice it up, and I'm also gonna dice up some garlic. So if you're like paying any type of attention, some good things to keep on hand: garlic and onion powder, chili powder, cinnamon, vanilla extract. I know I didn't talk about that, but extracts of any kind, garlic, peanut butter, stuff like that. Just keep on hand. Keep extra veggies on hand. Keep some extra fruit on hand. Veggies are always a little bit better than fruit because they're not as like acidic or anything. So just keep some stuff on hand, okay? Okay, salads are done. Again, I have 5 of them for the week. Everything is done. Chimichangas are done. Why do I keep calling them chimichangas? Enchiladas are done. They were just cooling on the oven. I'm gonna go put them in the containers, close up the containers, and we're good to go. I'll show you what everything looks like laid out. But again, I just have my snacks, these dinners, and Jordan's lunches, my lunches. That's it, okay? So I'm gonna go plate those, and then I will show you what everything looks like. Okay guys, here it is. All the meals for us for the week. We have chicken enchiladas for Tuesday and Thursday. We have sausages for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then we have Jordan's lunches for the week. My lunches are the salads, and that's all it is. I'm gonna put the lids on these and put them in the fridge.